Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me today is Dr. Mark Thorpe. He is the CEO of EnviroGold Global. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, NVRO on the CSE and ESGLF on the OTCQB. And EnviroGold will be presenting at our upcoming in-person investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase Vancouver, happening September 6th and 7th, 2023 at the Fairmont Waterfront, Vancouver. For more information, to register to see Dr. Thorpe's presentation, please go to planetmicrocapshowcase.com. And with that, Dr. Thorpe, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
My pleasure. Very well, thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, look, we did an interview back in March of this year, and so we're going to get into some updates in a little bit. But before we get there, for anybody that missed that interview or hasn't seen your investor presentation, anything like that before, can you give us that quick overview of the company, and then we'll go from there?
Certainly, Robert. My pleasure. We're a technology company that has developed an approach to recovering strategic, precious, and critical metals from mining waste, more specifically complicated VMS tailings. And we are working to deploy that at various sites around the world.
Very good. All right. So like I said, that interview that we published back in March, we put that out on March 23rd, 2023. That was completely unintentional. 3/23/23. All jokes aside, love to get an update. What would you say are some of the company's highlights since we put that out?
We've had a fantastic first half of the year. We've raised about $5 million through our investors. We've completed the pilot study for the Hellyer Project, and we're very pleased to report that the pilot study was exactly in line with expectations. And we're taking the data that we got from that pilot study that was completed at ALS in Perth, and we're updating the technical report, and we expect to put that out in the next couple of months. Over and above that, we've signed an agreement with Hindustan Zinc to look at an evaluation of their jarosite tailings or jarosite wastes. Hindustan Zinc is the second largest zinc producer in the world. So we think it's great validation of our technology. And more recently, we've also joined the BHP Think and Act Differently cohort on evaluating in situ resources. We've got a lot of things going on. The team's very busy, and we're advancing the projects nicely.
Very good. So, that's a great development since the last time we did an interview, because during that interview, you were still, in the middle of the testing, the data hadn't come out. So now that you have this data, you sign on a couple other pilot plants and, obviously the zinc project that you were just talking about here. So how many, I'm sure everyone's probably like, okay, great, we get it. You got to do the pilot plants. You got to test it to make sure the technology works and you're getting the recoveries that you're expecting. But then how many of them do you have to do now to then, okay, it works, technology validated, commercialization, let's go. So what's love to hear what the I guess the inflection point would be for that.
Well, a lot of the work that we've been doing is at implementing the projects at a commercial scale.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And so we're moving on with the Hellyer project. We will be updating the technical report, which will then lead to a definitive feasibility and then obviously an investment decision. With the larger companies with whom we're working, we do the initial set of work, just some preliminary testing at our lab and at some external laboratories. And then the larger companies pay for the ongoing development and technology implementation. We're looking at, for the larger companies, a royalty model. They'll pay an upfront licensing fee for our technology, and then we'll just have a royalty thereon after. So we're very excited about that opportunity. And we think that that will lead to faster deployment because we're not pulling the team away to complete a full implementation. Larger companies will do that for us.
Very good. All right. So to close us out here today, from what you can tell us, what would you then say now for the rest of 2023, maybe going into 2024 a little bit, what would you say are some additional growth drivers for the company now moving forward?
Well, obviously for the Hellyer project, completing the technical reports, that's the key piece. And we're looking to sign up another site so that we can evaluate and deploy the technology at another operating site. And then we're very, very excited about the work with BHP, TAD, and all of the companies that are part of that consortium. So those are the big drivers for the rest of the year.
Very good. Simply put. Very good. All right. Well, Dr. Thorpe, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on EnviroGold?
They can look on the website. We also post regularly on Twitter. We also post on LinkedIn. So look for us there.
Very good. And that website is www.envirogoldglobal.com. Dr. Thorpe, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. And I'll see you in Vancouver.
We're really looking forward to it, Robert. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you.